This is 2021-2022 TikTok conspiracy ramp the fuck up. We essentially have a BlackRock Vanguard, a version of them in this universe, and they are in control of the masses, wars, crime, everything you could think of, a master of puppets, an evil version. And it's just really terrifying, to see that in this book. This is the origin of the Joker, the Grimm family, and he has a hold of the absolute universe. He is he's basically almost a trillionaire, and this is the story of him. And he is silent, rich, and creepy. And we start off with Alfred telling the story of Joker to Bruce, and he is just telling him he has nothing on him. He's been following him for years. He has these islands, multiple islands, with nothing on there, and he thinks he's just there to hunt. And I love this spread. And so Alfred tells the story, what he knows of the Joker, from all the way back to his great grandfather, the first Jack. And throughout years, they've been a hold of the cinema and just controlling everything, funding with orphans, all that, philanthropists, all that good shit, from behind. As you can see, where it continues through the years, where every generation of the Grimm family has made their mark, and then we begin with our version, and he essentially in charge of GPUs, and that's when it goes back to see where we see Joker, on this island, and we see him hunting, I believe, a mountain lion or a jaguar. But those eyes, dude, those eyes are just pure evil. And then we see somebody, he hears somebody talking. I zoomed in and it was just lines. But we see that there's even more to the story. All that Alfred has told Bruce earlier was just a different version of it, and here we see that, oh my god, they've been in control, like I said earlier, with the gases, and funding both sides of the war, good and bad, and it's just crazy. And that's where I was like, fuck, dude. It took me over an hour, maybe an hour, to read this book. I wanted it to be a slow burn, but I was just terrified. This shit felt real, And then we see that noise. Joker has followed it, and he sees there's somebody there, And then we see a guy asking for help. He's been there for years, but then he recognizes him, And oh my god, that smile, bro. And here we see more of that TikTok conspiracy shit, adrenochrome, and oh my god, bro, like it's completely wild. And we hear Alfred's, he is terrified of just talking to Bruce about this. And here we see Alfred's of what he thinks Joker is up to, taking the enemies of throughout all the years of the Joker's, Grimm's family, everybody that's in the way, and he sets them on these islands and he hunts them. Like, what the fuck? And Alfred tells us there's only one Joker this whole time, and he's terrifying. Bruce has had enough, so he's gonna go visit Wayland. And we see him swinging, and he gets noticed by Joker, and he's creepy. He's the Bruce Wayne of this absolute universe.